Friends for Friends. Today I'm here with Adam
Hello.
and me.
And no one else.
No one else.
Ryan and I are flip-flopping.
Yes.
When one of us is
Eventually you'll see each
available,
other
the other
again.
isn't.
We'll figure it out at some point, maybe, hopefully, soon.
Probably once school
Um,
starts, we'll have like normal schedules again. Normal-esque.
yeah,
Be easier.
right. Yeah, for sure. Um, how have your holidays been? Because Ryan and I talked about like New Year's stuff last week. Do you have any resolutions?
No resolutions.
Okay.
Um, Honestly, it was kind of a weird holiday because COVID has been crazy. And so
Mm-hmm.
a lot of holiday parties got canceled. So I was supposed to have like an event on New Year's Day where one of my girlfriend's friends' families has like a big board game day and they just play board games all day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a
Yeah,
blast.
love that.
But they all got COVID,
Yeah,
so that got canceled. I was supposed to have a
sure.
family party on Christmas, and then my
Mhm.
uncle got COVID, so that got canceled.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Um, so it's been kind of bizarre. It feels like we're back in quarantine where things aren't really happening anymore. So it's been a
Yeah.
weird holiday.
Yeah. Ryan was saying last week that he just wants to see what would happen if it got bad again. Like just to see like if it would be the same or different. And I'm like, I feel like people aren't going to respect it ever again. Like not that they
No.
did in the first place, but that like that initial level of companies, I think, being like, yeah, you can work from home. It's not gonna happen again because they're like
No. Like
full swing
like
capitalism.
yeah, I think already like we are seeing it get bad again. Maybe not, I don't know
Yeah,
how deaths are, but for infections, I know way
yeah,
more people now than I ever did before who have gotten it.
literally.
And like
Yeah.
if you just look around like testing places in my area, they have crazy, crazy long
The
lines.
lines are so long.
And
Yeah.
I've had to get
I
tested multiple times now, and I'm all
uh,
negative because I'm too good for disease.
mm, oh.
I'm kidding. But I've had to wait I went to this one testing place that I got tested before, or this was after Christmas, I guess, like the 27th or something. So I guess a couple days after Christmas, but the line I was in it for I think an hour and a half,
Oh my
and it
God.
luckily
Yeah.
wasn't crazy cold, but it's been
Mm-hmm.
bad here at least.
Same.
So I think it is gotten that bad, and I think people don't care.
No, they just don't.
Like
I
people would be like, "Oh,
had,
I'll just get tested before," and eh,
and it's like one thing that I saw that I think is like a really important topic that isn't talked about is that like it's it can only be like the oh I get it if I get it thing for like healthy people, and that like completely ignores like people with disabilities or like immunocompromised people that like if they get it it's either a death sentence or it's just going to be like it's not just a cold or like just a flu kind of
yeah,
thing, like it's so much worse. And so it's like very very frustrating that the attitude right now is like ah like like we'll just get tested and like see and like
mm-hmm.
I don't know. But also very true about the long lines thing. I had a friend who had to go to like urgent care for like something else. I think it was like a like potential broken bone thing. Not sure. I think they're fine now. But like
Hopefully.
they yeah, but like they like couldn't be seen for
Mm.
like at all because of like people needing to get tested for COVID. And so
Yeah,
it
I've
was just
heard that
like
for yeah, just emergency rooms and hospitals in general is that they are
yeah
filled to
man
absolute capacity and have had to turn away
yeah
people who should probably be seen,
right
especially if you
like
have a broken
oh
bone.
man I know. I don't know if it was like broken or like sprained or whatever, but it was
Yeah.
like they the point was that they have to like go to like three different places to even be seen.
Hmm.
Um, which is so sad. Like that
Yeah.
shouldn't be the case. Um, yikes. I didn't mean to start off on such a negative note.
I know. Very quickly got depressing. The state of the
We're
world
gonna have
nowadays.
we're gonna have a silly episode. And I'm gonna ask you silly questions, and I
Hmm.
expect
Hmm.
silly answers.
Of course.
Okay, okay.
We have to make up for
Um,
the depressing by going silliness to the
polar
extreme.
opposite. Yeah. Um, okay. What is something that everyone looks stupid doing?
Um, I feel like there's so many examples.
Yeah.
And I can't think of a good one. My first thought was three-legged races. I don't know if you ever did that as a kid, but first, it's impossible.
Maybe
I can't do it.
sure.
I don't understand people who can.
Okay.
But also, you look like an idiot. But so does
Yeah.
everyone else. So it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, we're all just gonna look idiots together, and we're just gonna take this seriously for now.
Yeah. That's a good vibe. When like everyone accepts that you all look silly, like, you know, makes things better.
And my other thought
Um,
was when you talk to animals,
oh
like,
yeah.
but that I feel like that's so silly. It's transcended silliness into normalcy because,
Okay.
like, for my
Too silly
family,
to be
we'll
silly.
we'll talk to our dog, and then
You have a
we'll
dog voice.
say, in a voice, and then we'll speak as if it's the dog answering, and then respond to that,
Oh wow.
and it's like, well, this is stupid, but it's also very
Right.
funny. So,
I love that. Yeah. I I've never like pretended to be my cat, but we do I'll be like, oh, it's a cute little boy, and then I'll be like, oh, he looks so annoyed, or like he looks like he wants me to like go away, or like
mhm.
something, right? And then I'll be like, oh, but I want hello, and like just kind of bet with him and everything. He's been very cuddly because we just got our first like snow of the season,
Mhm.
which is very cute. We love a cuddly cat.
Yes, I wish.
Yeah.
Uh, my girlfriend's family has a cat, and
Did
it
it,
is the
does it
opposite of
like you
cuddly.
yet?
It doesn't like anybody. Is the
Oh,
problem.
okay. Fair.
It's
Oh
just it's
man.
so like the scaredy cat phrase is made for this cat. It is so
Yeah.
absurdly skittish. If you look at it, it'll run in
We
the other direction.
got a Roomba. Um, and my cat is also a very, very scaredy cat.
Hmm.
Like he is terrified of most things, um, or generally just everything. Like if you walk too quickly near him, then it's like, oh god, I've got to like go and hide.
Yep.
But um, like if he comes to you though, then he'll like be sweet and cuddly, but you can't like approach him kind of
Hmm.
thing. But um, so we got this Roomba and it was like cleaning and like doing its thing. And I swear to God, his tail like poofed out to like 4 times its normal size, and he was just like walking in that like Halloween cat arched
Yeah.
back of just like kind of like wanting not wanting to attack it necessarily because he's like not that kind of guy, but like just being near it and like deciding if you should run and hide or if you should like keep an eye on it to make sure that we were okay kind of thing is
Hmm.
very silly. We were like, buddy, it's fine. And then after it like went back to its little like charging station, he like sat and watched it for like 3 hours, like to
Gotta
make
make
sure it
sure.
didn't move again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Evaluating the
yeah.
threat.
Oh yeah. 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 Um, I don't think anyone looks stupid actually doing it, but did you always feel stupid like in high school or something, like going to sharpen your pencil? Like the act
Um.
of or like getting a Kleenex
Hmm.
or something, like going and doing something where everyone else is sitting and you had to like get up and stuff. I
Yeah, I
always
think
felt
there's
so
something like
self-conscious.
inherently,
Yeah.
I don't know, like you feel embarrassed by going up
Yeah.
when everyone else is sitting down. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
I think for pencil sharpening more so than other things, but because the pencil sharpeners in our like elementary school were just awful, and so they really didn't work. So you'd be like cranking at it for a long
Right.
time because it was the crank ones, and it would like eat up your pencil and it'd be terrible. So you'd be worse off than when
Yeah.
you started.
Oh my god. Fair.
So
Yeah.
I tried to avoid doing that, but definitely sometimes you
Yeah.
have to.
If like your friend had like an individual one or something, you'd be like, can I just borrow
Yeah.
that instead of
And
like
I had a
going
pencil sharpener
upstairs?
at home, like an electric one.
Fair.
So I just
Uh-huh.
usually did that unless I forgot.
Before school. Right. That's fair. That makes sense. Okay, what is the sexiest and least sexy name?
The
Like if
sexiest.
someone's like, yeah, we've thought about this about like I whenever I was like on dating apps, if I was just like no based on a name. Um, but I
I
think that's
mean,
fair.
I do think it's wrong to judge someone based on their name.
Uh-huh.
However, there are also really bad names. So,
Right? Yeah.
like Greg. I feel like Greg is the go-to, just terrible name. Very sorry to
Yeah.
Gregs out there. I knew a Greg in high school.
We knew
He
a
was all
Greg in
right.
college, right?
We did.
Yeah.
That's true. I forgot about him.
Hmm.
He was
Cool guy.
fine,
Right.
but unfortunate that's their name. That's a
Yeah.
pretty unsexy name.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I think that's fair. I think you nailed it. I was gonna try to think of like another one that was like worse.
I
It
feel
might be
like
Greg. Oh,
there are
Craig.
Craig. Oh yeah,
Yeah, just as bad.
also. But I feel like you could do that for virtually any guy name.
Yeah,
I think it's
I
harder
think
to
that's
think of a guy name that is sexy.
true. Yeah. I see. The problem is then like I know people with the name who aren't sexy, and then I'm like the name doesn't inherently make them
Right.
sexy. Yeah, because
Like
I
you
was
might think of
thinking and
like,
I'm
oh,
like,
a cool name, and then maybe you'll know someone with
right,
that, and then it's ruined.
and you're like, oh, it doesn't work. Yeah.
Like I could say
Um.
maybe there would be a sexy guy name, but the only ones I can think of are like fantasy names that are
Oh,
like
okay. Let's
fake
hear him. Yeah.
names.
Okay.
Instantly forgot. There's this
Yeah.
series called The Night Angels, I believe, which is like a fantasy series, and the
Uh
main
huh.
character has a cool name, but I don't know what it is. But as a writer myself, I find it impossible to name guy characters because guy names are terrible and they're not
I've
cool.
always like I've always liked Tristan. Um,
Tristan's all right.
I think that's a fun one. Yeah. I've never met Tristan, and that might be why. But I've only ever like read books with Tristan as a name, and I just inherently think that they're more attractive. Um,
The main character of Night Angels is Kylar, which I think is kind of fun.
Hylar. Okay, yeah, I like it. Um, fair. I think we should have weirder names.
We
Um,
should.
yeah, yeah,
Get rid of all. I've ranted on names before, but get rid of naming
yeah.
your children after either yourself, big red flag, or other people in your
Big red
family,
flag.
smaller red flag.
Yeah,
But still, don't do that. It's
make it fun.
2022 now, the year of our
Sure.
Lord, and
Yes.
uh, stop. It's not
Or
very sexy of you.
pick pick two names of like someone in your family and then mash them together really weird so that names only get weirder and thus better. That's
If it
my
still
advice.
sounds good.
Yeah. Don't name your kid like something stupid, but like if it's just weird but not like stupid, I'm down.
Just I was like trying to think of a dumb version, and then I mashed. Uh, Now I can only think of good like mashings of my family's name, and it
Okay.
doesn't help my point because I was trying to be like, this is a
Yeah.
bad idea. You can mash names that absolutely are terrible, and then I instantly can only think of cool ones. So, oops.
Yeah. It's something that I find very funny. My name is Margot, and I don't think it matches well with other names.
No.
In like middle school when you'd be like if you had like a crush on someone and people would be like, "Oh my God, like your ship's name is
Yeah.
this." That happened in my middle school a lot,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so, but it was always stupid for me. Like they were always bad because it's like they would always take like the go part of my name, which like you know, it's not the most fun.
If you dated a Carson, it could be cargo.
Mhm. There was a guy whose name started with C that I was like interested in. My friends were like, cargo, and I was like, darn it. There was Nargo, which
Also
felt
quite
weird.
bad.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. You have to have like a name that's suitable for smashing. But alrighty. Let's see. What's invisible that you wish people could see? I think like
Um,
air.
Air,
Like I know that
but
would
then
be
you'd
like
only
so
see air,
consuming. You're so right.
so then you
But
couldn't
what
see
if it
anything
was
at all.
like what if it was like not like translucent? That's the like not opaque.
Transparent.
Like
Oh
yeah.
wait.
Isn't transparent you can fully see through it, and translucent is like you can kind of see through it, like glass.
Yes. Yes, I
I
think you're
don't know.
right.
Okay.
And then there's
Um.
like opaque, which is like you can
Yeah.
kind of, but not really see through it.
Right. Like sea glass kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah. I think I was only thinking of like Avatar and like whenever they like move air around and it has like the little wishy things of wind. So I'll say
Yeah.
wind, but like not the actions of wind, but the wind itself.
It would be
Like not the
cool,
trees
like
shaking.
yeah,
Yeah.
like in Avatar, you see like the whoosh, but also sometimes
Yeah.
like cartoons, there'll be like the spiral things. It would be cool if you just
Yeah.
saw that around. That'd be fun.
Right. That'd be fun. I'd like that. Oh man. Yeah.
My my first thought was also air, so I'm gonna
Nice.
say ghosts solve the problem once and
Ghost.
for all. Are ghosts real?
Gotcha. Sure are. Um.
If you just
Oh
saw one,
god.
but that would also be really creepy. Which I guess is the whole
Yes.
point of people who see like apparitions. The
Yeah.
obviously terrifying to see like a human person walking around and then they disappear. But if they never
What do
disappear,
you
they're just
think?
kind of around.
I think you like. So I don't think ghosts are real, and I like don't care one way or another if
Hmm.
they are, kind of thing, right? But you like, correct me if I'm wrong, don't necessarily think that they're real, but want them to be.
You guys
Is that where
talked
you're
about
at?
this on you and
Yeah,
Ryan
I
did
don't
on
know
your
when
podcast,
you
and I
yell
was
at me.
like, yeah, I did yell at you, I
Yeah.
think, because you were like mostly like I feel like I'm pretty skeptical, but
Right.
if there's pretty good like I would like to believe in ghosts, and I think I have seen pretty convincing proof of
Okay.
something that you could maybe attribute to ghosts. I don't think
Yeah.
like I don't believe in souls, so I don't think
Okay.
ghosts what we'd think of are like actually humans staying behind. But
Yeah.
I do think that there's maybe something that we have come to call ghosts.
Okay.
But I am pretty skeptical, so if, there's
What
got to
would
be
you like?
convincing evidence.
Gotcha. What would you want them to look like? Like, do you want like Christmas Carol esque, like Bob Marley with like the chains and
Yeah,
stuff, but he's still a person, or like,
yes,
you
full on
want
like
like,
Casper the Friendly Ghost, but also dragging chains around.
right?
That'd be fun.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, I like
There
it.
was this like maybe it was a cartoon or a book I read when I was a kid of this
Uh-huh.
ghost who haunted this family's house, and his sole job was to just to whip chains around and clang up the attic to kind of like spook them.
Oh my god, fair.
That's what I want ghosts to look
Oh.
like.
Okay, yeah, I like it. I I like that. I definitely don't want them. I want them to like have person faces, but like the tail. I like the tail a lot of
Tail's
the
fun.
ghost and like Casper. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fun. Should keep it. Um, okay. What um kids movie or like a part of a kids movie completely scarred you or like terrified you as a child or
Um,
as an adult?
I remember being terrified of Jumanji.
Oh,
But
okay.
I feel like that's kind of an understandable
Fair.
one to be terrified
Yeah,
of.
yeah, that's super fair.
But I could not watch it when I was a
Mm.
child.
Okay, yeah.
But actually, I just remembered a different one.
Okay.
I uh, saw briefly a scene from I think Terminator 2, and
Okay.
it's with the Terminator, but it's just like the skeleton-y robot
Uh-huh.
interior part walking around. And for whatever reason, I was like 6, and that freaked me out like
That
nothing
did it
else.
for sure. Yeah.
This
That's so fair.
janky, extremely bad-looking metal skeleton.
Oh God. For me, it was Who Framed Roger Rabbit with like the guy's face melting at the end
Mm,
and like the red
that's
eyes.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
creepy too. Or
super
like
creepy.
Indiana Jones. The
Yeah. Oh
that
my
was
God.
terrifying. I don't think I
Super
actually
scary.
ever watched that. That like I always
Have you just seen that clip?
like I know what happens in the like I've seen it now. But when I was a kid, when I
Yeah.
watched because
Okay.
I loved Indiana Jones, so I watched it multiple times. But I don't. I
Nice.
think I would get to that point and then just shut it off, and I wouldn't see the ending.
Yeah.
I'd just be like, and he
Oh my God.
wins. Don't need to know
I mean,
how.
there's what I gain. Oh my God. Fair. I love that. I, okay. In 40 years, what do you think is the stupidest thing that people will be nostalgic for?
I feel like anything we're doing now, like TikTok, like I love TikTok, but there's a lot of stuff on
Right.
TikTok which is terrible. And I'm glad I don't see it, but I hear about it every
Yeah,
now and again. And I feel like in 40 years, people are going to be nostalgic for the really dumb stuff that's on TikTok.
I saw a really, really funny tweet the other day that was like, do you think that the real mafia gets on TikTok and sees the POV mafia TikToks and like judges them? Oh
Like
man.
a
I was like, I hope so.
they do like react videos, but distribute only among
Right, like
themselves.
hairdresser reacts, right?
Mob
Oh
boss
man, that's
reacts to
funny.
POV
Yeah,
mafia TikToks.
that's so funny. Oh my god. I want that.
If I could do an inoffensive
Oh
Italian
god.
accent, I'd do a skit right now.
I would love it. Oh my god.
But I
There.
can't do accents, so here we are.
I can't either. Yeah. Um. Alrighty. Okay. What? Uh. I was trying to think of something. I do see TikToks like nowadays of being nostalgic for early pandemic TikTok, like all of the trends that were happening, and they're like POV. It's like April 2020 kind
Hmm.
of thing. Um. Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like stuff like that for sure. Um.
I
Alrighty.
mean, we're already seeing it with people being nostalgic for like 90s and early 2000s stuff, which is
For sure. Yeah.
really cringy and bad.
It's
Like I
like
like the 80s were a thing and it was kind of
yeah.
funky, but it was fun. I mean, I wouldn't live in the 80s as far as you know, but um
He's a time traveler.
like when people are
Oh,
nostalgic for the 80s, like Stranger Things and whatnot, it's kind of fun and you can play
yeah.
around with it. But the 90s and I think especially early 2000s are just kind of ugly, I think. And like the
It's
fashion's
like
not good and it's I don't
I
know.
would
There's
say
this weird
one out of every
cultural thing that I don't think
for sure.
is
Good.
entertaining to be nostalgic for.
Yeah. I would say like one out of every 20 articles of clothing was cute. Um, but like definitely not every single like outfit or anything that people would be wearing. But it would be like if you see like a bunch of people in like 90s or early 2000s, it would be like every like once in a while you'd be like, oh, that shirt's nice, or like I like that like purse or something. But it
Hmm.
is you never see like a full outfit that you're like, yep, they nailed it. So it is odd to be like, let's bring it all back.
Hmm. Like even
Yeah,
like watching Buffy, like sometimes the outfits that they're like, wow, killer outfit, and
yeah.
you're like, was it though?
No, I like absolutely adore 10 Things I Hate About You.
Hmm.
It was released in '99, and it is like peak '90s fashion and like early 2000s like influence, right? Um, but it is so many of those outfits are like, now why are they wearing that? Why did they do that to their hair? Like everything like that. That you're just
Hmm.
like such an odd choice.
I wonder if
Yeah,
people will do that for today. Like I got kind of a swoop going. Will that be
yeah,
like weird and bad a style in 50 years, like 90s or especially like 80s, like hairstyles were like, what were they thinking?
right. Um, I have no idea because right now we're seeing like some '70s like hairstyling with like the the like swoopy like away from your face thing for women. I don't really know about men though. It would be like so odd to me because like I feel like my entire life there's been some like variation of the type of style that you have now on guys.
Yeah, this seems
Um,
just the mainstay, the
like
normal.
yeah. So it'd be so weird at some point for it to be like, oh my god, you still do your hair like that?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, for 22 years that's like been hair, like that's hair.
I mean,
So I don't know.
it's like most guys don't do anything with their hair. So it's like the minimal effort
Right.
to do and
Yeah.
look okay without actually
Right. Definitely.
styling it in any way.
Oh man, and it like works on most people.
Yeah,
I
and it
still
looks good on
maintain
most
that like
people.
every guy should try growing his hair out. Um, but I know you'll never do it, but I still maintain it.
Just because
But
when I was in high school, a lot of guys I knew grew their hair out, and it did not look good for any of them.
see, so like at least they tried. At least they found that out for themselves, you know?
What they could have tried was washing their hair so it didn't look greasy.
Okay, see. Well, so okay, there's a difference if like they grew it out and they didn't do anything good for it. They were just like, now it's long. See, you have to style it, like for sure. Um, but I don't know.
It's kind of
Okay.
like my girlfriend and I watched that Harry Potter reunion thing last night.
Well, how was it?
It was good. Um,
Okay, good.
it was very heartfelt, and I would,
Adorable.
if you enjoy Harry Potter, I would very much recommend it.
Yeah. Fair.
Um, but we were talking about how the fourth movie, I believe, is like the year that no one got a haircut because everyone's hair is
Yeah.
super long, and that was basically my high school and like sophomore
Oh
junior year.
man. Weird. I never had that. Like there would maybe be like one guy who like grew his hair out, kind of
Well, I
thing.
think the like man bun was getting popular around that time, and so a lot of guys
Oh,
were like,
that's
"Oh, we'll do
right.
that," but they didn't
Didn't
really.
usually do it, right? Yeah. You need to like take care of your hair if you're gonna do
Yeah,
that.
and it's
Which
like a
like eh,
process to grow your
for
hair out
sure,
that long.
absolutely. I like um I don't know. I both love and hate growing my hair out because I like seeing like what different lengths look on me. But it is just like sometimes you like get a really bad one and you're like, ugh.
Hmm.
Now I'm just kind of stuck with this for like a few weeks. Which is unfortunate. And that's when you just like throw it up in like a ponytail all the time. And you're like,
Hmm.
no one will know. But okay. What's the best type of cheese?
uh, like normal cheese, like cheddar.
What is that? Oh, okay. Fair. Fair enough.
I think most cheese is not most cheese. A lot of the
Okay.
weirder cheese, I guess, I find very
Uh-huh.
gross. Well,
Oh,
blue
okay.
cheese is
That's good.
disgusting, and then there's like the one that starts with a G. I'm not remembering.
Gouda?
Mm,
Gruyere?
maybe it is Gouda, but I think tastes really
Okay.
bad. And
Uh-huh.
then obviously like American cheese tastes like plastic. So,
Yes. I think a lot of it is plastic.
mhm,
Um, uh, fair. I like a lot of cheese. Um, cheese is good. You like it. I feel like cream cheese is the best cheese though because it's so like diverse. You can make it savory or sweet, and like it works well with both.
isn't cream cheese the weird stuff?
Like the stuff you put on bagels
Oh,
and
that
family
stuff.
things. Yeah,
Oh, like the spread type thing. Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah. I think it's
I've
great.
never had it, but I know what it is.
Fair enough. I
I was
do
thinking
think
of
you'd like it.
something else.
Um,
I knew a guy that had, I thought it was some kind of cheese, but it was like this, it looked like soup almost, but I think it was cheese, and it was white and chunky, and it looked disgusting. Cottage cheese, I think it was.
oh yeah, cottage cheese. It's a texture thing for me, and it is. Ugh.
I've
It
not eaten it, but it looks disgusting.
yeah. It's like if oatmeal were runny and cold,
Yeah.
and that seems wrong.
What if oatmeal was
Not how it
everything
should
that could
be.
make it disgusting?
Oatmeal bad. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you took away all the good parts of oatmeal. Oh my god.
But this guy
Um,
loved it. He'd had it for every meal. He had like a little bowl of cottage cheese.
I've never met a person who was like indifferent towards cottage cheese. I feel like you're either in the right camp of hating it or
Right.
you like it, like a buffoon.
Yeah.
Sorry, mom. But um, oh my gosh. Um, what's the best inside joke you've ever been a part of?
Hmm. I don't know. There's been some stupid ones. Like
Right.
I had this friend group in high school where we like the first time we really hung out was in a bouncy house at someone's birthday party. and so
Good.
we call ourselves the Bouncy House Crew.
Fun.
But that's like that's you just do that. It's like you
Right.
like because like
Yeah.
naming group chats and stuff. So
Yeah. I had a group that the first time we all hung out, we had like a 90 pack of mozzarella sticks, and so we were
right.
like mozz sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sticks. Um, but yeah, I don't know if it's the best one that I've ever been a part of, but for New Year's Eve, like I did have some friends over, and like some of the guys were like being flirty with each other type of thing, and someone made like not like a weird thing about it, but they were just like, oh, like okay guys, and so we like just kept joking that like homophobia would die in 2022, like it would just be over. We
Finally,
were like,
we've put it to
yeah,
rest,
yeah, we
defeated
were
it.
like, guys, homophobia ends in 2022. Like, simply no more. Um, so that was good.
Jesus himself will come down from the heavens and smite homophobia once and for all.
Kiss all the men.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kiss them all, and other things.
What? But yeah, yeah, whole time. Um, I don't know. I love inside jokes, and I've said it a billion times in my life, and I will continue to say it. I think everyone should do more bits.
Yeah, do more
Yeah,
bits.
do more bits.
They're great fun,
Yeah, you're
and
like
the
sitting your life
harmless.
doing no bits. What are you doing?
Yeah, can you imagine
That's
what a
so
boring life
foolish.
they must lead?
Exactly. Oh my god. What mythical creature would improve the world the most if it existed?
Hmm. The giant turtles with like islands on their backs.
Oh, cuties.
That would be
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, for sure. That's you had a good answer. I was trying to think of one that would be like silly, but then like that was genuinely like the perfect answer. Those would be great. I want
No
those.
downsides.
No downsides. Um. Oh
Like
man.
an avatar with like the lion turtles with the islands on their back. It's just so
Yeah.
cool. They
That
could
is
just be
truly one
swimming
of the best
around
parts of
and people could
Florida
live on
too.
their backs and
Yeah. I love that.
awesome.
Um.
Or like sky whales.
Ooh, fun.
Like if whales were just flying up and around, that'd be pretty sweet too.
I feel like a phoenix would be fun. I
Hmm.
feel like um see if it wasn't improve the world the most, I would say fairies. But they are known for being
Yeah, I don't think they
um
would improve
kind of
anything.
awful. Yeah, I think they would generally make things worse. But I think it'd be cool.
It would be, yeah, it'd be fun
Right.
to be like, watch what you eat. Don't want to get trapped in a fairy world.
Fair, yeah. Oh man.
Like, don't go telling your name
Um,
to people because they'll steal it.
everyone has an alias. Ooh.
That'd be
What
kind of
would your
fun,
alias
actually.
be? Yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
Also, at
I
what
don't know.
point does an alias become your name? Like, if
Like,
you use it often enough, is it just your name now?
yeah, like with nicknames, that's just your
Right.
name.
Yeah.
So how does that work with fairies then? If you have like a nickname, they're gonna steal the nickname. Does that count? Or like say like
I don't know.
superheroes, like Spider
Okay,
Man. Is
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Spider Man his name? Not really, but kind of
Not really.
because he's Spider Man all the time.
Especially when he's in the Spider-Man shoe, like that
Mm-hmm.
is Spider-Man. Like you're
Yeah,
not gonna go like, "Hey, Peter Parker." Like, yeah. I guess you could,
I think
but
we
it would
found a way to
be
deceive
generally
fairies
rude. Okay, yeah.
because you
Everyone
could be
becomes a
like they'll
superhero.
be like I know your name, and I'll be like, but is it my name? Because I go by this alias all the time. So is that really my name? And then they'd be like, well, okay, now
Ooh,
I know
you just
that one.
confuse
And then I'd
them.
be like, oh, but wait a second. That's not my birth name, and hence not my real name. And I'd just catch them in like a logic loop, and while they're thinking it, I'd run away.
He goes to law school. He found tricks. He found a loophole.
Or I'd like catch them in a mason jar.
Yeah. Oh my
You work
god.
for me now.
Okay, Hook. If peanut butter wasn't called peanut butter, what would it be called?
um, all the things I'm thinking of also sound kind of gross.
Yeah, I can only think of like peanut spread. Like, I
Yeah, I
if it
could
wasn't
only
like
think of
butter.
peanut cream.
Oh, yeah.
And I was trying to
Yeah,
think of
yeah.
something that's not peanut.
Sure. What's another name for a peanut? They have
Mm,
other names.
I don't think there is another name.
Oh no. Um.
Maybe just call it like Reese's. Like it's like a brand
Oh,
name.
Reese's without the chocolate. You have to say that every time. Can I have a
Yes.
Reese's
Ooh.
without the chocolate and jelly sandwich?
That'd be so good.
Oh my god.
See, what we should
We
really
found
do
it.
is make the world more complicated and
Complicated.
chaotic.
My favorite thing, so like, don't get me wrong, I think High School Musical, the musical, the series was a terrible name for a show, but do I love saying High School Musical, the musical, the series every single time I'm talking about High School Musical, the musical, the series? Absolutely.
It's very
So
fun.
like, we should have more of it. Yeah.
There's like this Netflix movie with, I think it's Netflix, with Kristen Bell, which has this really long name that's making fun of hotels. Let me look it up real fast.
That's so funny. Oh my god. I need more of that. Um. Okay. What movie would be greatly improved if it were made into a musical?
Real fast, the Kristen Bell one
Okay.
is the woman in the house across the street from the girl in the window.
That's awful. That's
And
truly terrible.
incredible. It's like a
Oh my
satire
god.
horror thriller type movie. So
That's very funny.
love it.
Oh
Well,
my
wait,
god.
what was the new question?
Um, what movie that isn't a musical should be a musical? I think
Um,
Fast and Furious,
ooh,
Tokyo Drift
that's
specifically.
good.
Thank you.
I was just gonna say like Avengers because there's like a little
Ooh, okay,
like
yeah.
the in the world of the MCU. There's a Steve Rogers musical, and they play it. They have like a little clip of it in Hawkeye, and it'd be really
Beautiful.
fun if one of them was a musical because it's just kind of
That would
absurd.
be.
But
They should
Fast and
just
Furious
do
is
it.
really good. And with how like broy Fast and Furious is, if they just suddenly burst
Yeah.
into song and are singing like
It'd be
heartfelt
great.
melodies to each other, it'd
Oh
be
my
fun.
god. They need to like have that type of thing where like the environment starts the song. So like they start revving their engines and it like starts to become like a beat and then they're getting into it.
Like
Oh my god.
the like light like clicking down and then the engines revving
Yes,
and then that starts the song.
beautiful. Yeah. Oh
And
my
they're like
god.
singing to each other and meeting each other's eyes as they cross the racetrack. I haven't seen Fast and Furious. I don't know what happened.
I
Don't they
bet
do
I
like
do.
crime or
But
something?
I
I
think
have
this
no
is what
idea.
it's about. I think they like either do or stop crime. One of the two.
Or both.
But I think there's crime. Yeah, I think maybe,
Maybe
and
they
I
do
think there's
crime to
cars.
stop crime. They
Oh.
steal a thing before the other person's going to steal it and thus prevent
Uh-huh.
crime by doing crime. The real heroes.
Their brains are so wrinkled. No wonder we can't see it through their bald heads. Oh my god. Okay. What are some fun and interesting alternatives to war that countries could use to settle their differences?
Ooh.
Look like quirky little war alternative.
They should fight each other in Smash Bros.
Yes.
I want to
Okay.
see
I love
like
it.
official, like not they don't like. It's not like the military where they get like a
Yeah.
professional military and train them. It's the elected leaders of our country fighting each other in Smash Bros. So
Oh my
Joe Biden himself on death's door, it plays as I don't know Bayonetta, and then fights. Who's leading? Boris Johnson, is he in charge of England right now?
It's one of them.
Fantastic. Or Putin,
um,
Putin and Smash Bros.
did you see that like Brazilian politicians like did like an MMA fight to like because one of them like called the other one a name. Um, and so they were like, we're gonna fight. They had like a whole thing and like a ring and everything. It was crazy. Oh man,
That is amazing.
I know.
Yeah, two Brazilian politicians had a fight.
Okay. Um,
The other
You're a mad
alternative is a
scientist.
thumb war.
Oh, okay. A thumb war.
Yeah.
Ooh, good, 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 good. I like it.
Or
Um,
honestly, anything. Like maybe
anything stupid.
they have to get the cutest seahorse in a seahorse beauty pageant, and that's how
Okay,
you win your war.
I love it.
Because wars are stupid anyways. So why do they have to be
Toys are
also
so
depressing and
stupid
have a lot of
and like
death?
mean. Right. Mean is a horrible way to like sum up death. But
It's just so
that's
mean.
what came to mind. Yeah, it's just kind of rude. Oh my god. Okay, you're a mad scientist. What scientific experiment would you run if um, money wasn't an issue? It says if money and ethics weren't an issue, but I'm going to continue making ethics an issue.
Yeah, ethics do seem important. Don't think we should just
Yeah.
blindside ethics.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You have all the money in the world. You're a very rich mad scientist. What are you gonna do?
So you know in the movie Up, when they have the dogs in the fighter planes,
Yeah.
I want to see dogs or animals in general operating all
Uh-huh.
heavy machinery. And that is what I would
Ooh,
have my scientific pursuit be.
I love it. Yeah.
I don't really know if I don't think, I do think I ignored ethics for this, but it's in the name of
Maybe.
fun. And I think that that's what's really important here.
If you just said like not fighter planes and it was like just planes, then I think it's fine, right? Because like it's the same risk that like humans take
Well, I think
when
in this
they're doing.
idealized world, there are no fighter planes
Yeah.
because we've eliminated
Oh,
war
okay.
because you get
Right.
on you
Because
get in
we're
like a
doing a seahorse
taxi.
competition instead.
Yeah, and there's seahorse competitions, and you get in like a taxi, and there's like a giraffe who like has his head out the window, and
Oh
he's
my god, hilarious.
driving you places.
I love it.
And so why would anyone fight a war anymore?
That's true. It is kind of a perfect scenario. I think that's beautiful. I don't know what I would do. I think similar in the start. Uh, I want those collars from Up, um,
Yes.
but on every animal, like every single animal. Obviously, we've got to make them more wearable, because some animals don't want to wear like collars. But I do think I want every animal to talk.
Yes. I think what
Yeah.
additionally would be funny is if there were
Mhm.
those collars on humans and they just kind of spat out words every now and again. Or even better, they spat out like barks and meows and stuff and like animal
So
language.
funny. Like that's how we talk to like instead of like responding for your dog and everything, you just wear the collar and talk directly to it. I love it. Oh my god. Um
And it would be funny too if we still don't like understand what the animals are saying, but now
no, but they get up.
they understand what we're saying.
Yeah.
But we don't have control over it necessarily. So maybe it like spits out like something absurd
Oh my
and
god.
they're like, mm-hmm, yep. And we'll have no idea what we're saying because we don't speak cat.
One day you accidentally like really offend them. And you're just like, why have they been so distant? Because you called like a cat a dog or something, and I was like, oh no.
You call them a slur.
Oh god. um, fair. But okay. Um, if you were wrongfully put into Arkham Asylum, how would you convince them that you're actually not supposed to be there?
That's tough.
I think I would just like do nothing.
Yeah, just kind
Like
of go about my day, trying to
like
be
if
as
everyone
normal as
else is
possible.
trying to, yeah,
Because you got like Joker in there and
just wait until the next
uh,
breakout happens and
Mr.
just kind of like walk
Freeze.
out with them. Right.
Or you don't walk out and you're like, look at me, upstanding citizen.
Model
I
citizen.
didn't walk out. And you know what? I
You
could
should
have.
just let me go.
Joker handed me a gun and was like, "You want to be part of the gang?" And I said no. So
Amazing.
I shouldn't be.
Yeah. I love that.
An alternative
Oh my
question
god.
is your what kind of Batman villain would you be? Because Batman has kind of very gimmicky and absurd villains.
Yeah.
So what would your
Um
gimmick be?
I love uh like really comic-y ones.
Hmm.
Like I like it when they really, really lean into something with like puns and stuff. So it'd have to be something that I could make a lot of puns with. Um, but I don't know what that is quite yet. Um,
What
probably
if you,
something with an
what if
animal.
your superpower ability is you just make puns all the time,
I love it. Oh my god.
and they
And
do
they're just
like
so
they're
hilarious
so
that they just
hilarious,
kind of
or
like
they're so
confuse
like
people.
annoying. It
God.
does
Yeah.
like D&D psychic damage.
Like everyone has to stop to groan.
Yes.
Like
And so while they're
oh my
groaning, you just
god.
walk out with the money in the bank.
I love it. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, that's mine. I'm the pun master.
Mhm.
Oh my god. What about you? What would your Batman villain personality type be?
Um, I don't want it to be something crazy, like you just take your average job and make it a
Yeah.
villain. Like kind of like
Oh man.
miraculous, how they become like
Yes.
stupid villains.
Oh, okay.
They
It's
become
just like
good
whatever's
villains.
upsetting them that day.
Yeah. But it would be like a hot dog vendor who
Yeah.
put I don't know, people were kept annoying them, so now they like shoot
Yeah.
hot dogs.
For sure. That is not America's episode, but easily could be, and kind of was, but with an ice cream vendor.
There
Um,
we go. They should hire me to write Miraculous.
um, one that I think you'd like a lot is at some point uh, the main character, her grandfather gets akumatized, and he becomes like just super boomer of just like back in my day, and so he like tries to
That's
turn
really
things back
good
to his
too.
day.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna say similar to your like pun. Like, what if you were just a super elderly man with a cane who would just be like, "Back in my day," and then same thing, people would be like, oh, "Grandpa, that's not how
Right.
things were." And while they're explaining to you and groaning, you'd
Yeah.
like teeter your way over.
You hobble with your little cane. Oh man, I love it. Jeez. Oh
Or
man.
like
Wait, what's
Batman would come and stop you and be like, "Are you gonna hit an old man?"
Oh my god, you just say no, it was a different old man. I'm just a regular old man.
Or he could be like Batman would think you're so absurd, and he could be like, "I fought in World War II. I'll do some fisticuffs
Oh my god.
and like whack him with your cane."
I feel like that would happen more than superhero movies like let on. Like I feel like more old people would just be like done with superheroes shit. Like
Hmm.
they'd just be like, "What is this fool doing, swinging around Manhattan? Like, why is he doing that?" Yeah. What's rains on your parade, Adam?
um, Bringing it full circle, my whole family has COVID.
Yeah,
I
that's real
don't.
tough. Congrats.
Um,
Just built different.
Built different, I guess. But that's not ideal. They're all
No.
fine. No
Good.
serious health concerns. But that's been big. I guess just now, as we're recording the podcast, my girlfriend and I got tickets for a live podcast this weekend, and it got postponed
Woo.
because of COVID.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
The
very
podcast
fair.
is "And That's Why We Drink," which is one of my favorite podcasts. It is a
Such a good
dual.
podcast.
It's great.
Yeah.
Dual supernatural and true crime podcast, and they are a
Yeah.
joy.
Very funny
I was
people.
super excited to see them, and unfortunately,
Yeah. Yeah.
probably
It's
won't be able
better to
to
be
now.
safe, but it is
Yeah.
a super bummer. Like, yeah. I feel like that's gonna keep happening with like more and more stuff. I keep seeing like a bunch of bands that I really want to see are like they have their tour dates and there's like ones near me like a few months from now and I'm like I'm so afraid to buy that to like
Hmm.
it. I feel like it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And
That was what
but
I was looking into tickets for something else, and then I
uh
saw them randomly like this next week, and I was like, "Oh,
yeah,
perfect!
yeah.
Almost too
Was
good to
it?
be true," and it sure was.
Yeah, right. Oh my god, fair.
But
Maybe,
understandable.
yeah,
I
a little
mean,
bit.
yeah, COVID,
Yeah,
big concern. Loads
for
of people are
sure.
getting it, and loads of people who are vaccinated are getting it. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Please be safe and wear masks and don't pretend like it's over until it's actually over.
yeah.
Um, that's my
And I think the
yeah,
venue required proof of vaccination and they required masks. So
fair.
it might
That's
have been okay,
good.
but I don't know
I
if it's the
understand
venue
sentiment.
that's postponing it or the
The
podcast
people.
the two hosts themselves decided to. I don't know, but
They also might have um they might have postponed from like one of their crew members having exposure or something
yeah,
like
it
that
could be
because
that.
I
I
know
don't
that
know.
that happens. Yeah, like one of the bands that I wanted to see, I kept seeing on their Instagram like shows being canceled or postponed because of like oh this particular band member got COVID or like our sound person got COVID or
Hmm.
like just different stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, the whole time. But um, fair. I think for me, um, it was the snow. I like, and it's
you
only
don't like
because
snow,
like I like it if I don't have to drive, or if like people I know don't have to drive. If we can all just sit inside and be like, it's pretty cool. Now melt. I'm like, that was great. That was a wonderful
but
experience.
it's so easy to drive through. I shouldn't say
Not
so
when it's like
easy,
icy. Yeah,
but
because like
it's not as bad as it looks, in my opinion.
I'm
Like, don't
also
be an
like
idiot while you're driving. But
right.
I think it's like totally manageable.
I'm also in the region where it like slightly melts and then like freezes, and so it's like just a lot of ice
Sure.
on the road. Um, and so that's not ideal. Like it doesn't stay under freezing all day, and so it's like it just gets to be like it's like really pretty the first day, and it's like powdery and like yay, but then like
Hmm.
every subsequent day is just like this is dangerous, this is dangerous, this is
Yeah.
dangerous. Yeah.
And we have not gotten to there. So we got snow, I don't know, a few days ago, and it's
Hmm.
stayed since. And we've like been pretty consistent. What was it, 36 degrees? The like freezing temperature.
Okay.
Like just around
32.
there. So, or 32.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know.
I don't know. You've lived in colder areas than I have for longer.
It's in the 30s. I
You
know
say it's
that.
36, then it's 36.
Maybe I'm just saying 36 because I think it's currently 36 outside. But regardless, it has not been warm enough to
Regardless,
melt it, and so it's
right. It's
just
somewhere around
snowy.
there. Yeah, fair. Very fair. Oh, man. Um, well, name your kids weird things. Um,
It
be
is 32
silly.
degrees. I want to
Whoa.
correct myself before we put this out, and I look like an idiot.
Okay.
I was
Oh,
incorrect.
man.
32. You were right.
I was gonna go with you, man. Uh, but alrighty, yeah. Have a good day. Don't uh, you know, get COVID. Be careful. Be safe.
Hmm.
Be
Hmm.
silly.
And watch Arcane.
Um, yeah.
That was gonna be my other what random parade is that you still have not watched Arcane.
Right. Ryan watched it for you.
Ryan did. That's true.
Yeah, and
So
it is
I guess
on my list.
that's a win. But
Oh man. Yeah. Well, um, yeah. I think we should just all be sillier. Do more bits.
do more bits.
2022 resolution. Do more bits. That's all. All right. Have a funny Wednesday.